Hello everybody, so today we're going to go through how to solve some slightly more difficult equations. Um, Again, an equation is just a question in algebra that has an equal sign in the middle of it somewhere. So just like before, what we're going to do with these ones is try and get x by itself is equal to a number. Now this time, the side that we have x on has a 2 in front of the x and it has a minus 3 here as well. Yesterday what we did was we tried to get rid of the number in front of x. We're going to do that again today, but first of all we're going to try and get rid of this minus 3. So the way you get rid of a minus 3 is by adding on a 3 to cancel it out. So we'll keep the left hand side the same. 2x minus 3 is equal to 17. But again, in order to cancel out that minus 3, we're going to add on 3. And what we do to one side in algebra, we have to do to the other side. So our minus 3 plus 3 will give us 0, which is what we're hoping will cancel out. So that just simplifies to 2x plus 0, or 2x. On the right hand side, 17 plus 3 will give us 20. At this point now, it's looking very similar to the questions we did yesterday. We have 2x is equal to 20. Now the way that we did this yesterday, or in the last lesson, was by dividing by 2 on this side to cancel out the 2 in front of the x. And then again, what you do to one side in algebra, you have to do to the other side. So we divide the right hand side by 2 as well. 2x divided by 2, well the 2's cancel out, so we're left with x, and 20 divided by 2 gives us 10. So that's your answer for this one, x is equal to 10. So now we'll look at another question. 27 is equal to 3x plus 9. What's different about this one, and maybe slightly more complicated, is the fact that the x is on the right side. Now normally whenever we're given the answer, we like to say x is equal to something, so x will be on the left hand side. So what can be a good trick to do here is just flip the equal sign first. So we're going to rewrite this as 3x plus 9 is equal to 27. So the two sides are still equal to each other. We've just written it out so that the side with the x, or unknown variable, is on the left hand side. Now we're going to treat this question very similarly to the one that we did the last time. We're trying first of all to get rid of our constant number, our 9 here. To get rid of a 9, we're going to take away 9 from this side. So we write out the left hand side as normal and the right hand side as normal, remembering that what we're going to do to get rid of the 9 is subtract 9 from this side. And what we do to one side in algebra, we have to do to the other side. So 9, take away 9 here will cancel out and give you 0, just leaving us with 3x. On the right hand side, 27 minus 9 will give you 18. In order to get your final answer then, you're going to want to get rid of the 3 in front of the x. So we divide the left hand side by 3. Again, what you do to one side, you do to the other. So we'll divide the right hand side by 3 too. 3x divided by 3 will just give us x, because 3 divided by 3 gives us 1. So 1x is x. On the right hand side, 18 divided by 3 will give us 6. So there's two examples. One thing that I would try and be really careful of is just dealing with signs. So make sure that when you're adding and subtracting numbers, that you have your answer given with the correct sign in front of it. And also if you're dividing positive and negative numbers, that you give the correct answer in your sign. So we'll look at one last example now, where it uses lots of different positive and negatives, for subtracting and for dividing. So in this one we have 10 minus 2x is equal to 4. Now we want to keep our term with the x in it on the left hand side, but we want to get rid of the regular term or the constant term here. So to do that, just like before, we're going to subtract 10 from that side. So we'll write the side out like normal. left hand side out like normal. 10 minus 2x is equal to the right side, which will again write out like normal. We're going to take away 10 from the left hand side to cancel out the 10. And we're going to take 10 away from the right hand side because it's what we did to the left hand side. So our plan again was to cancel 10 minus 10, which will give us 0. This leaves us with minus 2x on the left hand side. Again, it keeps the sign here. On the right hand side, 4 take away 10. Have to be careful here because we're dealing with negative numbers. So if we have 4 and we take away 10, their signs are different. Plus 4 and minus 10. We have a positive 4 and a negative 10. So we're going to find the difference between them, which is 6. And then we're going to keep the sign of the bigger number, which is minus from our minus 10. Now to finally solve out this question, we're going to want to get rid of the minus 2 in front of x. So to get rid of the minus 2 in front of x, we're going to do the opposite of multiply. We're going to divide So we divide the left hand side by minus 2. We have to divide the right hand side by minus 2 as well. Now minus 2 divided by minus 2 will give you plus 1, or just an x. Plus 1x we write as x. And minus 6 divided by minus 2, well, a minus divided by a minus will give you a plus, and 6 divided by 2 will give you 3. So the point of that example there is just maybe to refresh over what happens when we do some things like dividing negatives and also taking away positives and negatives. So just make sure that you're paying special attention to that as you go through these questions.